Hello everyone, Killer Shrew Fan here, and I hope you are all doing quite well. Now today I wanted to get back into doing some reviews for you guys, and I wanted to do something unique, not just another Jurassic World review, not another Papo review, since we've had plenty of Papo news lately. Today we were going to be taking a look at a first on the channel. It is our first Eofauna dinosaur, and you probably already figured it out from the thumbnail. It is the Eofauna Giganotosaurus. This just came in the mail today, and I am so excited. I set up all my equipment just to do an unbagging and review for you guys. But just want to say right off the bat, through the bag, this thing looks so much bigger than I ever thought it was going to be. It is absolutely impressive, and I cannot wait to bust him out and give you guys a closer look. So without further ado, let's do this. So, tear our dinosaur free. Oh, he fell. So, there is our Giganotosaurus free of that plastic bag, and as you can see, it comes with a tray to keep those arms and legs from warping during transit, and it is sat just so beautifully in there. And let's see, will he stand for us on our review space? There we go. We got him to stand there, and yes, this is a very impressive figure. Just first impressions of it are quite good. It is large, it is eye-catching, it's everything that you would want from a Giganotosaurus figure, and I'm going to give you guys a closer look at it right here and right now on Killer Shrew Fan's Killer Toy Review, so don't go anywhere. Alright, let's do this! But before we get into the figure itself, I did want to take a second to talk about this sort of collector card that comes with it. There you can see Giganotosaurus carolini, the location, South America, a size chart compared to the humans there, the length, the weight, the speed, the time it lived, the strength, the armor. All of it is kind of denoted down there next to this beautiful rendition of the Giganotosaurus. This is just a great little companion piece to the figure itself, but going to the head, starting there like we always do, as you can see, the detail on this thing is so incredibly subtle. On the head, it is so subtle, but it is definitely there. You can see all of the tiny, minute scales that have been sculpted into the head of this Giganotosaurus. You can see the individually sculpted teeth poking out from the upper jaw there, and this thing does have an articulated jaw which opens nice and smooth to reveal a very wet and very red looking mouth. Almost too red, I would say. It looks very, very vibrant. It's the kind of color that you wouldn't expect to see in a mouth. That's how red it is. But the roof of the mouth has been sculpted slightly as well, and there you can see the yellow eye has been painted a vibrant standout color that really pops from the rest of the head. You've got the golden crest, which provide a great splash of color, and then if we move down the body, you can see all of the wrinkling and folds of skin in the gullet and the back of the neck as the creature turns its head slightly to the right, and then once you hit the midsection, you've got this nice full body area with wrinkles, folds of skin, again those very subtle scales adorning the entire surface area. Around the thigh you've got more wrinkles and folds of skin stretching across the pubis there, and as you can see the wrinkles and striations continue all the way down the lengthy tail of this model. There is not a single speck of space left unattended to. We're even losing the light, that's how big this thing is. Moving up the opposite side, it's really the same story. The wrinkles, the striations, the folds of skin being pressed up against the body and pulled away as the back left leg braces against the ground. Here you can see a sort of indication of the shoulder blade, and then you've got more of those lovely wrinkles and folds of skin in the neck region, and then we come back up to that beautiful head. Taking a look at the feet and legs here, as you can see, they are incredibly graceful, yet incredibly powerful. The calf muscles here are bulging, and the skin folding around the calf as the knee is slightly bent is absolutely gorgeous. I do love the feet on this thing. They're very well proportioned, very dainty almost, but you know that they pack a lot of power with those massive legs, and there you can see the beautiful folding of the skin as the thigh presses it forward. Here you can see the hands of the Giganotosaurus are sculpted facing inwards, as they should be. I'm going to adjust my light here. There you go, there's a better look at those for you. The claws have been painted a nice, sleek black. There's not really a lot of musculature in the arms, but I can forgive that. But I just gotta show off more of the wrinkles here. Look at that wrinkle down around the gut. It is just beautiful. Moving along the underbelly, you can see the musculature sculpted in the jaw there. Again, the wrinkles and folds of skin in the gullet. The pectoral muscles have been addressed. There you can see the Giganotosaurus carolini Eofauna copyright. I love how round this thing looks. You've got some pads on the feet, as you can see, to help with stability, and the texturing and striation continues all the way down to the tip of the tail. Now for the pose. The pose is nothing incredible, but it's enough to give this thing an active feel. The back left leg is braced against the ground, toes splayed out to carry the weight, as the right leg takes a step forward, the head craning slightly off to the right, while the tail acts as a counterbalance, swaying back to the left and then to the right once again. It's absolutely beautiful. It looks so incredibly graceful and lifelike, and I feel like this thing is about to take a step as I look at it here on the review space. Now let's talk about the paint. I do want to say the paint is easily the most polarizing aspect of this model. Not because it's bad, it's just the different styles on the different parts of the body definitely throw me. Like, you've got the beautiful sort of brown main cast color here with the cream and tan underbelly and spots, but really it's how they're applied that throws me. For example, if we take a look at the striping on the back of the tail here, it's airbrushed on and it's got this lovely gradation transitioning into the brown color, and the same goes for the color coming up from the underbelly. It's weathered in a way that makes the transition feel a little more natural to the eye. And then the same goes for the spots. They're layered and airbrushed in a way that makes it feel like they are part of the skin tone rather than just being placed on top of it. But then we come to the head, and that sort of style kind of goes out the window. The head has that sort of painted on feel, and it clashes horribly with the rest of the body. Now, I guess it's because there's not as much texture to bring out washes to bring out up here. That probably would have helped, but yeah, it definitely clashes in style, in terms of the style. Now, you've heard me say that this is quite a large figure, larger than I expected, but just how large? Well, the trusty dusty tape measure puts it at a whopping 15 inches, which is about 38 centimeters long. And in terms of the height here, from the base all the way to the highest point, you're looking at right around 4¼ inch off the ground, which is about 11 centimeters. So yes, quite the sizable beasts here. We're going to get into some size comparisons with, of course, more Giganotosaurus. It is the Safari Limited 2017 Giganotosaurus. I believe that was the year that was released. And as you can see, the Safari version definitely has the edge in terms of the height, but the Eofauna iteration is very close to it in terms of the length. And if I were to recommend either one of these two, I would definitely go for the Eofauna version. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I think the Eofauna version is doing a lot more for me than the Safari Limited iteration. Next up, we've got the Carnegie Collection Giganotosaurus, and I do love this Giganotosaurus. I really do. I like it more than the Safari one, and I think I prefer its paint scheme to the Eofauna iteration. But yes, these two look very similar, and I can see these guys being in a group. They're very compatible in terms of their display. Next up, I really had to. This is the Vitae Giganotosaurus, and if any of you saw my top 10 dinosaur models and toys of 2018, you know that this one eked it out to number 1. This was my favorite model of 2018, and for good reason. The Vitae Giganotosaurus is an absolute beauty, and here you can see it dwarfing the Eofauna Giganotosaurus in terms of its height. They might be pretty close in terms of the length, but the Vitae Giganotosaurus has it in height, in detail, in paint. It's got the jaw, it's got the stand, which is not featured here, but it comes with a base. It's got everything you could possibly want. All of that being said, if you cannot afford the hefty price tag of the Vitae Giganotosaurus, then the Eofauna one might be the one for you. They're both very good for different reasons. Well, everyone, that is going to do it for our look at the Eofauna Giganotosaurus. Overall, I do really like this figure, and it makes me very excited for anything else that Eofauna has up their sleeves dinosaur related. It shows a lot of promise for a new and emerging company. Overall, there are a few things that stand out as a bit whack to me, mainly the paint scheme, and I'll be interested to see how well this thing balances down the road. But beyond that, I think it's a solid figure and one that I feel comfortable giving a 8 out of 10 to. As always, I would love to hear what you guys think of this model. Do you own it yet? Are you planning to pick it up? What's your favorite form of Giganotosaurus in toy form? Let me know all of your thoughts down in the comment section below. Also, what are you hoping Eofauna does next? That's a good question. Let me know all of it down in the comments section below. If you enjoyed our review today, don't be afraid to let us know by hitting that like button. And don't forget to subscribe on the way out if you feel like hearing from us again down the road. We got a lot more dinosaur toy related reviews and news coming your way throughout 2019, so stay tuned. Thanks again for tuning in, and that's going to do it for us today. Killer Shrew Fan, out.